Be me, 23 female, raised by parents who were family vloggers. They started in 2013, totally by accident, when a video of my brother went viral. Wasn't really into it from the beginning, but they were excited. I was a shy kid and didn't want to be on camera all the time, but they pushed me into it anyway. The whole thing started to spiral and we ended up becoming internet famous. Parents had around 2 million subscribers at their peak. Main demographic, mostly adult men. As an adult now, I realized their content was catered toward creepy middle-aged men. Things like period videos, first bros, first kisses, all stuff that should have been private and personal, but it was plastered across the internet. I'm one of 5 girls, each a year apart, and it became a content goldmine. Everything we did was filmed, even our most private moments. My dad, who was the one pushing it all, was super obsessed with how many views we got. He didn't care about our privacy, he cared about the attention. Eventually we were homeschooled. No external distractions, just filming and staying in the family bubble. Parents would only allow us to make friends if they were part of the family vlogging circle. No real friends outside the bubble. The whole idea was to keep us focused on the channel, keep everything on brand. But in reality, my parents were struggling behind the scenes. My dad was abusive toward my mom. They argued constantly, but all that was hidden from the camera. On screen, our family was perfect. We were the ideal family. Off screen, it was a mess, and we were living in constant tension. Then my dad had an affair. Everything came crashing down. The channel ended abruptly when my mum found out about the affair and decided to leave him. No one online knew that. They just saw the sudden disappearance of the channel. After the divorce, things got even worse. My parents blew through the money they made from the channel. They spent it on drugs, alcohol, and vacations without us. We didn't even get to go on any of those trips. They just left us behind. I was still a teenager when all this went down, and I felt completely abandoned. No money for things we actually needed, but they spent it on their own selfish indulgences. They would post these perfect pictures of their vacations while we were stuck at home alone. When we did spend time together, it was always a facade, trying to keep up appearances for the online world, while the reality was everything was falling apart. They didn't care about me or my siblings. They cared about the money and the fame. I barely have a relationship with them now because of it. I can't forgive them for taking my privacy and childhood away from me. My whole life was public property to their viewers. We were like characters in a reality show, but it wasn't scripted. It was my life, and I didn't get a choice in it. I grew up hating the cameras and the constant attention. I just wanted to be a normal kid. I didn't want to have my life shared with strangers on the internet. But it wasn't about what I wanted. It was about their content. When I reached adulthood, I tried to distance myself from them as much as possible. But every time I tried to have a normal life, I had to deal with the fallout of being internet famous. My name was tied to those videos, to those creepy viewers. It's like I could never escape my childhood being exposed. Even now, I don't trust people online. They think they know me because of those videos, but they only know what my parents wanted them to know. The whole thing was toxic, and even though I've tried to break away, I'll never be able to undo the damage it did to me. I don't talk to my parents anymore. I can't forgive them for using me and my siblings for views. My privacy, my memories, they all became content. Everything I did was filmed and is out there forever for anyone to see. I wasn't allowed to have any real friendships outside of this fake vlogging bubble. It's hard to heal from that. I'm still dealing with the trauma of being raised in that environment. Every time I try to move on, I remember the attention, the pressure, the lack of privacy. I hope people understand how damaging it is to be put on display your whole life, and how that can ruin everything that makes you, you. I'm sharing my story now to raise awareness. Please don't ask me who I am or who my parents are. This is not about them, it's about what happened to me and how it impacted my life. I want people to realize how dangerous it is to put kids in the spotlight. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. It's not just fun and games. It's real life, and it can have lasting effects that are hard to escape from. If you're thinking about starting a family channel, just remember, the cost to your kids' mental and emotional well-being might not be worth it.